Alright guys, and welcome back to Armored Warfare, and today we're taking out the T-64 Tier 4 Russian main battle tank. Now, you probably sit there and go, why do you always play the low tier stuff? That's because I get asked a lot by people, oh, can you show me how to play this, can you do this and that? And I was deciding, you know, MBTs, people look at Armored Warfare and go, yeah, main battle tanks, they sound like they're awesome to play. And the T-64 is usually the first main battle tank, proper main battle tank in this game that a lot of people will play. So why not take it out and talk about the T-64? Because it is a very, very capable Tier 4 machine, despite what a lot of people say, saying it's bad. It's very, very good. Starting off with that amazing 115mm gun it gets. It's not got the best gun handling, it takes a little while to aim, and it's not got the best accuracy. I think it's 0.12 degree spread, which is not particularly good. But after all, this thing is a close-range fighter with some good, decent penetration of about 270mm, I think it was. And the damage I've managed to output on this gun was 395 damage per round on the armor piercing, which is phenomenal at Tier 4. Really, really good. Reload time of only 8.5 seconds. That's not bad for an MBT, but that's when you're comparing it to the high tiers. Look at this. LAV 300, boom, 422 damage. But that's comparing it to the high tiers, as I was saying. The reload at Tier 4 for this gun, it's really powerful for its tier. Really powerful. Amazing penetration and amazing damage on the gun. Just the accuracy, the aim time, and the reload are the balancing factors to this gun. So you've got to put up with that reload. You can bring it down, but I've gone for the Mark II propellant and the Mark III hull reinforcement on my retrofits for this vehicle. More HP, better for a brawler. More damage, better for a brawler. The armor is also very, very good. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head, though, so don't get me wrong on that. The upper plate is very bouncy, though. I will give it that. The upper plate is very, very strong for Tier 4. I don't actually know any Tier 4 gun, or even that Tier 5 gun that can penetrate the upper plate. It's that strong. And you'll see this game that I bounce a lot of rounds. The lower plate is not particularly good, I'm going to admit that. The lower plate is not fantastic, and then you can see there, M60A3, Tier 5 main battle tank, and we can penetrate it with our gun. We can penetrate Tier 6s, to be honest. There you go. Boop, straight again. And I bounced his return shot. That's what I mean about the armor. The front turret is also quite good, but the front turret's weird. It's not completely spherical. It's got a band round the bottom. You'll see it when you look at it. It's got a band of armor around it that reduces the angling of the turret. The top of the turret is strong. It's very well angled, but it's thinner. Whereas the front is not as angled, but it's much, much thicker. And it will bounce a lot of rounds. There you go. Took a round on the front turret there. Bounced off. Took another round from the M60A3. That one also bounced off. The mobility of the T-64 as well is not bad. I can't pinpoint something that's terrible on this thing. It's not particularly amazing. It's not going to get you out of a situation quickly. You've got to be able to play it right, which you'll see later on what happens. And here's the accuracy. Accuracy not brilliant. Hit the floor. One thing about the armor, though, that is not very good is its side hull and rear armor. Turret generally all around is decent. The side and rear turret, yeah, you can penetrate it, but it's still quite thick. You can still bounce rounds on it. It's still angled. It's spherical. The hull, on the other hand, not so much. The hull is terrible on the sides. There you go. Easy peasy, straight through the side. Another T-64. Now, this guy aims at me, doesn't shoot, backs up, leaves his front drive wheel exposed, and I kill him. I didn't know. I would have thought he would have backed behind the M60A3 to use that as cover. That would have still been a better chance. But no. And this Starship, Marion_XX. At the start, he was complaining about that new platoon with the LAV 150. They're not a bad platoon. It's a Tier 2 and a Tier 3. Wanting to get in a Tier 3 game. I don't know why he's having a go at them. And then he has a go at me. So I'm reported. I think that says a fucking bitch. And that I should get cancer and die. And I wasn't particularly sure why he was so angry at me. But I just said, cool. Like, the best thing I could do there is just not to react. Bouncing OF40, by the way. Just not to react to him. Why should I? He's not helping me at all. Really not helping. Nah, I don't know what he starts doing there. J7? Oh, I think he starts giving away friendly positions. Yeah, he's giving away friendly positions there. I might get my old some moderators to sort him out. But yeah, he wasn't particularly pleasant. Not the most pleasant guy. And you can see there in chat, everyone's just starting to like have a massive shit fest over each other, and it's really not what you want to come to playing your game. In a situation like this, it's 6-12, we're outnumbered 2-1. I really, really don't want to have to be arguing with anyone on my team, and I really don't care at the moment about what they think. At the moment, I'm trying to play. Right. And at the moment, I'm thinking, right, there's so many guys there. There's a couple of guys on spotted. Maybe they're going to try and come around beside us. And no, they don't. So I start backing up. Oh, there's an OF40 there. Okay, he's starting to get a bit angry. T-64, engine deck fire. Yep, there we go, fire. But he automatically extinguished it, sadly. And now at OF40, we're not spotted. We've got a tree concealing us. We can fire all we want. Critical hit on him on the turret ring, 457 damage. That's the sort of damage a Sheridan would do. On a 1-4... That LAV 300 there, that made me have a panic attack when he drove there. But yeah, you can see now that it's really not going very well. 410. It's 310 now. And I'm here like, oh, crap. So this OF40 completely ignores me. Although I could just turn my front armour. I do want to keep my front armour. Now, this is where the mobility of the T-64 really, really starts to show. I've got a Sheridan behind me, 2 LAV 300s. I can only run. I try, but he tracks me. I lose all my speed on the downhill. My only chance now is to turn and fight, but that's really, really not going to happen. One last round in, and there's my game done. But you can see what I mean by the T-64. You can't call it a bad machine. It's got very, very strong frontal armour. I think it's probably the strongest armour at Tier 4. Really strong. It will bounce a lot of rounds. It can bounce Starships, Sheridans, those big 152mm guns. It can bounce them off the front quite easily. You'd be really surprised. That 115mm gun can shock a lot of people, because they might be like, yeah, I can bounce that. But that, if you can put it through the side if they're trying to angle, that the penetration is that high on that gun. It will go through a lot of armour. Of course, it will bounce on some things, like the T-64 front glacis, but against OF-40s, LAV 300s, the typical things you'll be fighting, it's very, very good. Mobility as well is subpar. So, I was the fucking retard, and I did 7,051 damage with a Master Gunner, Iron Star, and a Recon in the T-64. Look at the damage of my team. I did 7,051. Next guy, 911. I think I might have been the better player on our team there. And the other team, their best guy, only did 2,600 damage. I did 23 shots, 21 hits. We had a really high bit. And as we come down to our potential damage received on our game stats, 4,008 damage was mitigated off our armour. That's a lot of damage taken there for that PvP game. So guys, I really hope you found this informative on your T-64, and I hope you come back to your MBT and you play it excruciatingly well. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.